Determining the most conservative states in the United States can be subjective and may vary depending on the criteria used. Traditionally, states in the South and Midwest are often considered more conservative, especially in terms of social and political values. The most conservative states are ranked based on factors such as historical and cultural context, political affiliation, voting behavior, and public opinion surveys. Wyoming has a strong tradition of self-reliance and a low population, very spread out geographically. These factors can contribute to a mindset that values limited government intervention in personal and economic matters, aligning with conservative principles. Alabama, like many southern states, has a strong influence of conservative Christian values. Many residents identify with evangelical Christianity, and political preferences are influenced by religious views on social issues. Mississippi has a deeply rooted cultural conservatism that manifests in attitudes towards social issues, Second Amendment rights, and limited government interference. The preservation of traditional Southern values is a notable cultural theme that aligns with conservative principles. Utah is often cited as a conservative state due to its predominantly conservative Mormon population. South Dakota's economic principles often lean towards free market principles, with an emphasis on low taxes, business-friendly regulations, and limited government interference in the economy. Oklahoma has consistently elected conservative leaders at both the state and federal levels. The political leadership's alignment with conservative principles helps shape and maintain the overall conservative character of the state. West Virginia's economy has historically been tied to industries such as coal mining and manufacturing. Conservative economic policies such as support for the energy sector and business-friendly regulations are often seen as vital for the state's economic well-being. Idaho has a strong cultural conservatism that influences attitudes towards social issues, gun rights, and limited government interference. Traditional values and a sense of individual freedom are often emphasized, aligning with conservative principles. Arkansas has a significant rural population, and rural areas often lean conservative. Values such as self-reliance, limited government intervention, and a preference for traditional lifestyles are commonly associated with conservatism in rural communities. Louisiana residents identify heavily with socially conservative values, particularly on issues related to family values and religion. Social issues continue to be significant factors in shaping political preferences. Mississippi is arguably the most conservative state, with 50% of residents self-identifying as conservative, the highest in the country. While Texas has urban areas that are more politically diverse overall, it has a reputation for conservatism, particularly on issues like limited government and individual freedoms. According to worldpopulationreview.com, about 68.55% of Utah's population is Mormon, the most conservative major religious group in the country. Wyoming has the largest gap between its conservative and liberal populations, right at a 35% difference. Conservative states tend to have higher rates of firearm ownership, reflected in the number of households that own firearms per capita.